Hello and welcome to issue number 88 of Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take today's headlines and create a comic book origin story. My name is Drew Mick.
I'm Nathan Haynes, and no Tanner Ackerman.
Oh no!
He's burning
the
midnight oil, I think.
Yeah, he is working. He's working late.
I worry about him sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like we've been doing this a lot lately. Where
Yeah.
It's just two of us.
Well, initially I didn't think I was going to be able to record, and then
That is weird. The situation was I was planning on recording with Tanner tonight. And then suddenly Nate was like, oh, hey, I can actually record tonight. And then Tanner was like, audible.
I cannot.
I can't. So here we are.
Yeah, I mostly just came on to tell you that I actually can't record, so I'll see you later.
All right. Well, I'll just
Bye.
do what I can. Okay. So today's. All right. Yeah.
I would never leave you like that.
Thank you.
But I will be leaving this weekend, which is part of why I thought I couldn't record.
Let me just take a moment to recover from that segue.
Basket.
Holy shit. Oh, man.
I will be leaving as Tanner has gone to Las Vegas before me. So too now will I go to Las Vegas. But Drew, I've never been before. And I know you basically spend every weekend there. And I guess I was wondering if maybe you could share some tips or tricks with me about really getting the most out of my Vegas experience, and specifically in the making money department. And I was wondering if you had any sort of advice for me.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, I'm spending day after day in the Veg, as we call it.
Okay, I'm writing that down.
Yeah. Yep. And be sure to say that a lot.
It's not. So this was new to me. It's pronounced like vegetable. It's not Las Vegas. It's not that.
No, not Las Vegas. They don't like that. It's the equivalent of drinking an Irish car bomb or ordering an Irish car bomb in Germany.
Now, Germany specifically.
Yeah, they don't like that.
They get mad about how offensive it is to Irish people.
Yeah, yep. Okay, so I think the biggest thing you got to know is as soon as you get off that plane, find the biggest, toughest looking guy. All right?
Okay.
And give him a hug.
Oh.
It's just, it's kind of one of those luck things.
Oh, when what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and that's probably why I've never heard of it.
So you got to clamp onto a buddy like those little fish on sharks.
Now, will they know it's coming or
no?
Oh,
no, but you got to make your presence known.
Nate's here, they'll say.
This is Nate. Hello, I am he. You're welcome. Say that.
I will say that I've written down the exact words that you told me to say.
Okay.
So once I get to the casino, in Las Vegas, the Veg, what do you recommend? What slots? Pachinko?
Craps,
is that one
actually.
of the? Oh, really? So could you explain to me how that works? I've seen them and they were throwing dice with her and Jan.
Yeah, they're throwing the die aggressively. One thing I think you got to do is when you're throwing die, make some very aggressive noises while you're doing it. Make it really sound like you're straining. That's a sign of someone who's been in the biz for a while and knows what they're doing. I didn't know this, but with craps, you just got to get up onto the table. And pull down your pants and do that dirty business.
I need you to be more specific. There's a lot of dirty business I can do with my pants.
Well, why do you think it's called craps?
Oh, I see. This is why I asked you. This is why I asked.
They aren't going to expect that, but then they're going to be like, holy shit. They're going to pull out their rule book and they're going to be like, oh my God. He can do everything. The casino
Nowhere
is
in
yours.
here does it say a dog cannot play football, nor does it say that you cannot crap on the table.
You cannot crap on craps. Doesn't say that anywhere.
Just a quick footnote I just wanted to add, or sub question. Is the noises I need to make when throwing the dice, is it more like that scene from When Harry Met Sally, or is it more like a tennis thing?
That's a good question. I think I was going for more of a tennis grunt. But Harry Met Sally is also good. Also, some very sexual sounds would also probably get you somewhere.
Okay, all right. I mean, dice
so
are very
tennis
sexual
as well
when you think about it. So
yeah. So I don't know about you, but probably just par for the course with the tennis sounds.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Tennis is a very sexual game.
It's very, yeah, it's there.
I think it's partially because, again, not playing with my pants on, which they tell me to put some on, but I just feel it's a little easier.
Yeah, well, it just makes it easier at the craps table. Yeah. And another thing I got to tell you that this worked for me because they didn't know what the hell was going on. And it really threw them off was I was going all in every time.
So how many times did you go in total?
All in? Oh, like at least 9, maybe 15 times.
Wow. No.
Yeah.
But so you won 15 times in a row?
No.
See, sir, you don't have any money.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
all
but
in.
it was all part of the long con.
Really threw off their game.
At the end of the night, guess who walked away with a free bucket of ice?
Was it you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's because I went all in.
15 times.
Yep.
I've heard that it's the house odd. The odds are against you. It's towards the house. So like anything you can do to sort of climb your way back and even the odds and just throw them off their game is important.
Yeah. Also, crapping on the table also just vital. Just vital.
They will not see it coming.
Yeah, no. Even on the slot machines where it's completely unnecessary.
I mean, what do you think the handle's for? It's not for pulling.
It's for flushing. It's not working.
It's still here. Where am I supposed to go?
Get it. Ding, 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 ding. And the coins are coming out. Yes, but where's the TP?
You got to see. See what I've heard is you got to get it to hit the slot machine to hit 3 poop emojis, and then it'll flush. That's how they get you.
You need 2 bars, not 3 bars. If you go to the bar too many times, it's just bad. So just 2 bars.
Okay, important.
Yeah.
All right, well, Drew, I think you've set me up for the most success I could possibly hope for. I guess this is probably going to be my last episode of the podcast because after this I'll be too busy with riches and fame, I guess, to record, and it makes me sad. But
yeah, it's only right though, and just remember who put you there.
I'll never forget you.
Yeah,
Tanner. Fuck. Drew.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, speaking of remembering, Drew, do you remember what it is we do here?
Whoa! No, you can't do this.
The rare double segue.
Oh my God! When have you ever asked me? When have you ever asked me to say what it is?
I'm feeling more confident after your pep talk about the vague. So I just kind of went. I went for it.
Well, all right. So I'm gonna try. So basically, this is Headline Heroes, a comedy podcast where we take a news headline, those crazy out there wacky things. We look at them, chew them over, really bite down, and try to create a comic book origin, whether that be a hero or a villain, some sort of origin story out of that. Now, gosh darn it, Nate, I can't remember what we did last week, so I'm hoping you can remind me.
Oh boy.
You should have known.
I really should have.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember, so I have the description here, so I'm kind of cheating. But we made Bite Night, who was a person who got some Halloween teeth stuck on their teeth and went into the dentist and then got their mouth zapped like 900 times with x-rays, and it turned her
blasted their mouth.
She could then turn her teeth into these giant, like sort of liquid teeth material that she could form into armor and a sword and a spear, etc. And she fought against, like candy companies, I think. It
was a candy company. God, I don't think we named it. Tanner's so good at this. He'll come back next week and be like, oh yeah, we did. But I don't think we did.
I don't think we did either. Tanner tried to insist that we made a tooth horse, but he's not here to say anything. So
now we can actually talk without him. Tooth horse is not canon.
Tooth horse is not canon.
That's sort of like tooth cannon though.
Tooth cannon, very real.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
But again, Tooth Horse is fan material, and while we appreciate it, it is not canon.
It's not good. No, bad.
So Drew, now that we sort of laid the groundwork here,
Oh God, you're passing it
Tanner
back.
usually picks the article, but would you mind picking one this week for us?
So I believe since last week was a hero, we are making a villain, right?
Right.
Fight Night was a hero.
Yeah.
So I've got what we call in the business a random number generator. I'm gonna just spin that right now, and that is number 8. So I'm gonna read that one.
Oh, who's this come to us from?
Oh, this comes to us from Derek from the Wild Pitch podcast, as well as the Pop-Up Filmcast.
Yeah, love Derek.
Who has guested on this show before.
Mm-hmm.
Our one guest. We need to have more fucking guests.
Oh, that's right.
One guest we've had on here, besides Carl.
That's true.
Yeah,
well, Carl's family, you know.
But the article. Thank you, Derek, for sending this in. The headline is North Carolina man searching for Ford pickup. His wife was born in 36 years ago. Whoa. Huh. Okay, so I'm going to say that again because I didn't understand. North Carolina man searching for Ford pickup. His wife was born in 36 years ago.
Okay.
Oh, lot to. Yeah. So why? Why would a villain be looking for this? They're a car collector, obviously.
Ugh. That's still weird. Like
I
get
mean, everything
the reasoning
about
behind
this.
it, but it's still very weird. So his wife's dad died, and so she was like, "It'd be so nice to have that truck again, so I could feel that connection with my dad." And he was like, "Okay, I'll go find it."
No. There are so many other ways that you can feel connected with your father. Like a picture.
I wonder if he ever found it. No, he still hasn't come up with any leads. I mean, in real life, we can take this story wherever we want.
Have you ever... Can you relate to this? Has there ever been some white whale you've been looking for your whole life?
I mean, my dad, can't find him. Walked out. Smokes years ago. Sure would. If you would turn out, that would really let me connect with my dad. So.
Oh man, I'm not sure to follow you on this goof or reveal that you're actually like good with your dad. And I've met your dad; he's a great guy.
Yeah, no, my dad's fine. My dad lives where I know where my dad is. He's fine.
My dad, on the other hand,
tragedy. I'm really sorry I brought it up at all.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think there's anything that's ever been my white whale in the way that this has been my white whale. What about you?
Do you remember way back when, before I lived in Minneapolis, when I asked you to find me some mozzarella sticks?
Ah, fuck. Oh, man. Oof. As soon as I tossed it over to you, I thought about those, and I was like, I hope he doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah. I don't remember what episode that was. That was probably in the 30s. I don't know.
That was a long time ago.
It was a while ago.
I mean, for any people looking for updates out there, the search for mozzarella sticks in Minneapolis, it does live on. Though perhaps not as we always just basically look if there's mozzarella sticks when we go to any restaurant.
You found some at the Chanhassen Dinner Theater, but I haven't had those.
Yeah, they're all right.
Yeah, that's what kind of you said.
There's that place
we found them at that one place that we went to, but they had like a lunch special that restricted them from being sold.
What was that? There was that one place that
Schuler's.
Yes.
Schumer's? Something Tavern. Schuler's Tavern.
Yeah, I think it was Schuler's.
Yeah.
There was that place that we were gonna order from via DoorDash, but then we
Tooch Banooch.
Yep.
I don't know if that's still a thing or not. Yeah.
It might. I think it is, but it closes early for some reason or something.
Yeah. Also, every time I want DoorDash, it's like fucking snowing ridiculously out, so I can't. I feel bad.
Yeah, and that just I was like, I don't want to go anywhere, but I also
We're in the
don't
middle
want to
of
make
a
anyone
blizzard
come to me.
right fucking now. But all right. So how can we take this headline and make it into a villain origin story?
I mean, one thing is we don't have to care about the actual content of the article, right? Necessarily.
No, we don't have to unless we want to.
Did you have any thoughts right off the bat, or
what if the pickup was a cocoon?
Oh.
That was for some reason the first thing I thought of, but
a cocoon of some kind.
Yeah.
So
what if it's something that will help him resurrect his wife's father, who is some sort of demon god of some kind. I don't know.
Could the father be resurrected into the truck? Sort of like a Christine scenario. Is that the name of the Stephen King book with the car that's evil?
Christine, I believe so. Or not Carrie.
No, not Carrie.
It's one of those Stephen King C girl names.
What about that?
So he's trying to bring the father back into the car.
Maybe he's just trying to bring the father back, and then the father just gets stuck in the car.
Okay. What does that mean? Just the soul is in the car? I feel like we should do something a little more with it than make it just like Christine from Stephen King.
Yeah. No, I mean, that was only an idea, and it was just a place to start. I don't know.
I like that starting place.
Could they then, like, I'm trying to not get right. You know, we already sort of did a giant robot made of who used beer.
Yeah.
So so I was trying to like steer clear of that, but I thought maybe they could like change the truck into some other, like weld it into some other shape. So, I don't know. What are you thinking?
What are trucks known for?
They got a lot of torque.
Torque. Yep. Horsepower.
Horsepower.
Like a rock.
There was that one commercial where they used Martin Luther King quotes to sell Dodge Ram trucks. Good time.
Truck nuts.
Important.
Yeah.
I mean, if his soul got stuck in there, I really hope they would put a pair of truck nuts on there. Just
probably
so
some truck nuts on
he
there.
could feel more like a man again.
Yeah.
Does the truck need to eat horses to stay alive? Because the horsepower.
Oh no.
Play with me.
I'm just imagining like rolling up behind this horse and just the hood opens up and the sheer horror in this beautiful stallion's face.
What else are trucks known for? Off-roading, big old tires, big grills.
Now, part of it was just like, what if the guy was resurrected only in a part of the truck? And then I was like, what if it was just the tire? And then I was like, oh wait, no, there's another horror movie about a tire.
Tire? What was that one called?
Damn it, we're talking about horror movies. Where's Tanner? Rubber. It's called Rubber.
Oh, right. Well, Tanner doesn't know anything about horror movies.
Yeah, he hates them.
It's more of a rom-com fella.
What if the guy is only put into the truck nuts?
Oh, okay. He's only put it... Oh, because that's the most human thing on the truck.
Yeah, but I don't know what that gets us. It gets us a weird
if they hang the
sentient
truck nuts
nut
on anything, he can inhabit that thing.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
So it's kind of like a computer virus, except for cars.
I mean, we could limit it to cars. The sky could be the limit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Anything it can hang off of delicately.
So what else besides vehicles can this thing go on?
Well, what things are like trucks? Maybe what's like a truck?
Truck is a grocery cart. Good for carrying.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Gotta be a lot of area for storage.
Yeah, has wheels. A skateboard.
Umbrellas, because there's like the cab protects you from the elements. Skateboard, 4 wheels, right.
Yeah. Radio, because radio has radio. A chair.
Hey, horses has horsepower.
What? So you put the truck nuts on the horse. Oh, boy.
They hate it. They absolutely
I'm already regretting this whole truck nuts thing. Because, frankly, I find them despicable.
I mean, do we want to? We could pivot. We can go a different direction because we just got to make sure we give him enough oomph to be his own thing. Because we did have that bizarre hero who was inhabited a toilet. I forget how that worked exactly.
My toilet ghostero.
Was that the name of the episode or the hero?
That was the name of the episode. The Phantom Flush was the guy.
Yeah, that was good though.
That was a good one.
Go check out that episode if you haven't heard it before.
Truck nuts on toilet.
Well, but how much is a toilet like a truck?
It's a chair.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Toilet. Shit.
And has a shifter.
Sorry, what?
Has a shifter.
Like a toilet?
Yeah.
I gotta come see your. Hold on, I gotta come see your toilet.
Come over sometime. We made some upgrades.
Slot machine kind of has the pole like
that would help you. That would help you. So
it would.
So if we put truck nuts onto something, what is what happens? It just completely is able to make it sentient and able to move around, or has its own mind, can move inanimately. I don't know.
Does he control it?
It's I don't know. It could be the guy who was summoned, the father, or it could be whoever's controlling this person.
I do like the father being able to control it. I'm just trying to figure out how to like take this to the next. Like, maybe if we figured out his motivation, that would help. But like somehow to take it to the next level, so it's not like to take it beyond just possession via truck nuts.
Could the father be mad at the daughter?
Okay, why is he mad?
I don't know. The daughter.
He sold off his business that he worked so hard to make.
Oh. But like from our standpoint, made sense.
But he told her not to, and she
Not
just
to do
waited
it.
until it was hers and then sold it off.
What was the business?
I know. Made
Truck nuts.
Maybe he made truck nuts.
He made truck nuts. It seriously hurts me to be saying truck nuts this many times.
I know. You could call them T-nuts. Does that help?
Truck ends. No.
I don't like truck ends.
I like truck more than nuts, so
that's not what I heard.
T-nuts. T-nuts, all right. I can get behind that.
Tennessee's. Because they're the only 10 I see. So, okay. We got this guy's Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of like, does whatever he hangs the truck nuts, the Tennessee's on, do they also turn into the shape of Tennessee's? It's like, I don't know what that would do, but I'm trying to think. Okay, fine.
Honestly, part of me wants to pivot away from truck nuts.
Oh, we've already, okay. What would you okay. I will get on board with pivoting away if we can still somehow wrap the concept of Tennessee's back in later, even as a bit part. Father comes back. They summon him. They find the truck. They perform some evil or some wicked incantation to bring his spirit back with this truck. But what happens?
You know what? We've dug so deep. We're already in truck nuts. So let's just keep with the truck nuts. Also, I'm going to send you this article I found.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. Wikipedia has an article on truck nuts.
Oh, thank God. This is going to be... Oh, well, that's truck nuts hanging from an SUV. They have one picture in the article about truck nuts, and they couldn't even put it on nuts attached to a truck. It had to be an SUV.
Of course, it's sparking free speech debates.
In April 2008, the Florida Senate voted for a $60 fine for displaying truck nuts, but it did not pass the House.
Jesus Christ. Just pay the $60 and get rid of the goddamn truck nuts. Jeez.
A number of people claim to have invented the truck nuts industry, i.e. plastic store-bought truck nuts.
Oh. Resembling a dangling scrotum. David Ham.
Is that what they are?
Occasional alias Bozzy Willis, owner of YourNuts.com, said he saw a pair of custom
Where's the link to YourNuts.com?
I'm going to it. It's with nuts with a Z.
Where's the link that you found? Oh, I see.
It's not linked. I had to type it in. Oh God. Well, you want to look at a relic of the past? This fucking
flesh.
Hank Hill looking motherfucker.
Yeah, he very clearly is like.
Oh my God. Oh.
There's so many truck nuts.
There are sizes, dude.
Yeah, I mean, in
16 inch,
urban
8 inch,
camo truck nuts,
2-inch keychain nuts, 2-inch. Jeez, that's too big a keychain.
I'm genuinely surprised to not see like cufflinks on here.
Wow.
Wowee.
I thought for a second, so I was looking at these nuts, and there's the thing hanging off of them, which I believe is the thing you can plug into the back of your truck to make them glow, I guess, because that's the thing.
Yeah.
I thought that it was some sort of pump that you could pump up your nuts.
Look a little floppy this morning.
Also, are you seeing this thing that I'm seeing where I scroll down and I'm down to click nuts for more info, and there's all these things underneath it, all these different nuts?
Uh-huh.
Do you see how there's literally a Jeep
Yeah,
with
free ship.
Free ship on this Jeep.
Mini
it's a mini Jeep.
Fun for the entire family. It's $2. Am I reading this right? It's $2.25.
It's 2.250.
Makes me think that it's.
How hard was it to move that fucking integer over? Okay.
No, I think it's $2,000. I think that's supposed to be a comma.
No way.
It's a 125cc gas engine transmission with it's like real.
What? Fun for the entire family. Oh, so it's
the rig is imported from China, so I can get as many as you want. Rice 90%
about 40 miles per hour. Fuck me. What have we found? All right, so now that we've looked at all of this, I think we gotta. It's truck nuts.
Sorry, what?
It's truck nuts. We got to do truck nuts.
Yeah, we've really sunk a lot of time into truck nuts that if we don't do them.
Hi there. Glad you could make it. I'm David, and I want to welcome you to the home of America's favorite online novelty testicles, yournuts.com. Hey, join my friends as we share with you some of the coolest accessories for your truck, your car, your bike, your trike, or whatever.
Do you also see on here the weird stylized pictures they've got with a kid in a wheelchair?
Yeah, you mean where it says, I was gonna bring that up if you did not. It says perfect for cars, trucks, bikes, even wheelchairs and trikes. Son, I'm so sorry about your accident, but I did get
sorry,
you a novelty
but put
pair
these
of truck
raging balls behind your. God, those are huge. They're the size of his upper body, like his torso.
Okay, maybe here's an idea. What if we sort of use this anger that we're feeling, and we make the focus of his villainy the truck nuts? Like maybe is he spreading truck nuts around America, like to people who don't even want them, like around the world? He's turning things into things that don't but need to have truck nuts suddenly have truck nuts.
He's putting truck nuts on everything, and then is his master plan to flip a switch, and then suddenly either they're all under his control or everything is turned off.
Everything's under his. I think he's trying to put everything under his control. He's trying to build a truck Nutwork.
Oh, that was smooth. Whoa. I need a moment. All right. I love this. My one nitty gritty thing though, Nate, is how do we tie the headline into this weird scenario we've just weaved?
Oh, I thought we already did it. That's because remember because when they were gonna resurrect him, they needed the truck, and on the truck were a set of truck nuts because of course the guy ran a truck nuts company.
Of course,
so his own truck would have a truck nuts company on it.
Oh, so the guy they're trying to resurrect. Wait. I'm confused.
Here's my understanding of the situation that we have.
Yes.
Old man, we'll just call him Barry.
David Ham.
Sorry, what did you want to call him?
His name is David Ham. I'm not going to shy away. This guy's an idiot.
The guy who's dead.
Oh, okay.
His name is Barry.
I thought you were saying that David Ham was the guy who was dead.
No.
Gotcha.
So Barry, the dad. The titular, no, not the titular. Well, he is in the title, I guess. No, he's not. The guy who died, the old man who died, who once owned this truck that they're looking for. Yes. He's living. He's having a great time. He runs a truck nuts company. He, on his deathbed, tells his daughter, please do not sell the truck nuts company. I know you hate it. The truck nuts are the future. You'll see that. Please don't sell. And she says, of course, Dad. Of course, Dad. And then she does immediately sell the company when he dies, but she feels so bad about him being dead that her husband is like, you know what? I know how much that truck meant to you. I'm going to go out without telling you. I'm going to find this truck and then we're going to resurrect your dad via black magic. And I think that part we maybe don't need to focus so much on.
Okay.
Then they summon him. The truck nut's on the cow or is on the truck. Dude gets his soul gets trapped in the truck nuts that maybe he can move. We'll figure that out later. But senses that his daughter has sold the business, is so angry that he's like, I'm going to spread truck nuts to the whole world. And then everyone will have truck nuts and they can't stop
now
me.
From his office up in a deep, dark tower or whatever, he's a truck and he's running his business.
I mean, he could be the whole truck. He could just be the truck
Or-
nuts sort of floating.
It's like
Floating
there's
in the air.
there's a computer mainframe, and then in the center is these truck nuts.
Yes, exactly. He's
Okay.
wired in.
Yeah. Okay, so now we've got a truck nuts overlord trying to sell all the truck nuts. And
I mean, in some ways, not even sell. It sounds like he could use his ghostly powers to just like start putting truck nuts on everything.
yeah, all right. I like this. I like where we have arrived. The journey was rough, mostly because
But
I
the destination, so sweet.
yeah, so good. Okay, so that's pretty villainous.
Because what? So he finally builds his
Yeah,
truck
I
Nutwork,
was gonna ask this too.
and then what? Then what happens?
He gets his Nutwork. What's his overall plan? Like 50% of the devices that he deems worthy of truck nuts, like covered with truck nuts, or what?
Sorry, I don't understand the question. Could you say it again?
Of everything in the world that could have a truck nut on it, what percentage of all of those things does he want to have with truck nuts before he flips that switch?
50% makes sense, because then once he has the Nutwork up and running,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should be pretty easy to start sort of pulling new things in, as long as we have about 50% of the world covered.
And it's just like I think his overall goal is just truck nut domination.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm thinking maybe even for like power stuff, he can I'm thinking like he can sort of make truck nuts from the void, sort of like phantasmic truck nuts, and that's how he can sort of like get them out and on so many things, because he doesn't need to worry about sort of a system pipeline. He just kind of generates them with his ghostly powers.
Okay. So is that after he flips the switch, or this is the process of getting all the
I think
nuts out
I think
there?
it could be the process.
All right. He's sending his ghostly acolytes out to spread the good word.
And then once he's got the Nutwork in place, that maybe sort of like powers him up
Yeah.
beyond what he could be right now, and he can sort of tap into that energy. And
The
get
more
even
truck
further.
nuts out in the world, the more powerful he becomes.
Exactly.
So he's ready. Back to full power. It's like
But
Sauron in the truck nut ring.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now I'm imagining like his physical body died, but the truck nuts lived on, so he survived. And he's just trying to come back to his physical form.
Mm-hmm.
So one, his overall goal, I just want to say, is truck nut nation.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And then truck nut domination over the whole world. But since we've made it into a Lord of the Rings thing, does that mean the one way to destroy him is to take the truck nut to the factory that it was forged in and throw it in?
We'll throw it in what?
Oh,
I like the idea. I think we just gotta tell me what.
The ovens, because they're molds.
Oh, that's true. But then wouldn't it make another truck nut?
Well, not if it burns it just a lot.
Oh, so they like get in there and they turn on the oven and they sort of like jam something in the works so that it stays in the oven too long.
No, I mean like there's like the only way a truck nut is formed is through the mold. So I'm not saying it's in a mold. We're just throwing it directly into the flames now.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
So, boy, I'm liking this Lord. All right. Now we're speaking my language.
Now that we got it in the frame of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. So does that mean that someone comes across the truck nuts that is the one true truck nuts and has to destroy the truck nuts?
Who? Oh my God. Could it be the purveyor of yournuts.com?
Dan, what is his name? David Ham?
David Ham, occasional alias Bozzy Willis.
Well, here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. I feel like I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to put him to hero status.
Yeah, okay.
It's just looking at him. I feel like we disagree on a lot of things. Mostly that he's wearing a got nuts ball cap.
Well, he has nuts. I don't know what to tell you, Drew. Okay, well, what is the opposite of a truck?
What if it's his daughter?
You think so? She sees what
She sees what's going on. She knows she has to do this.
and she never
so she
liked
becomes
truck
the
nuts to begin
Frodo.
with. So she is on the opposite side of him.
Yeah. Yeah, she sold the business. She knew what was happening. So then she comes across the truck nuts
Maybe she
on
tricks
the
him.
original truck. and then takes the does the cross country road trip, I guess, to destroy them. But along the way, she's attacked.
Yeah,
by those
like,
truck
people like David Ham, aka occasionally Bozzy Willis, who are trying to stop her because they are pro truck nuts.
Whoa! So is Bozzy Willis kind of like the ring wraith?
Yeah,
one of the ring wraiths.
You know that scene in the Fellowship of the Ring where they're hiding under the tree roots?
Yes.
It would be like that, except the camera would be situated in such a way that these giant truck nuts would come into view.
And they hang down. And it's just like Bozzy Willis just like sniffing around. Can't find anything. Moves on because someone throws the truck nut keychain over to the side. So then he goes over there.
He's attracted to the nuts.
What's the close? How do we get across the river? Buckleberry Ferry. Follow me. Or it's called Nuttleberry Ferry. This is an America that is completely consumed with nuts.
The prancing nut.
The prancing pony knit. Is Bozzy Willis a nut wraith?
Oh, I think he is.
Nut wraith sounds like a weird way to describe an STD.
Oh, yeah. I had to go to the doctor. I got that nut wraith.
I got the nut wraith.
Really burning it up down there.
Oh, God. Doc, help me. Left. I'm crying. So at the end, where's she going? She's going to the factory.
Uh-huh.
She gets there. Is it a corrupting power? Is her dad talking to her the whole time?
I think so.
Don't do this, daughter. Hey, remember those times where between me selling truck nuts, we went outside and played catch?
With
threw the
truck
frisbee.
Nuts, Dad. I don't want to throw truck nuts around.
Truck nuts were a thing. Yeah, but remember your first car?
Put truck nuts on. Daddy, it was the truck nut mobile. You know,
I waited a whole 5 minutes before I put the truck nuts on. Yeah, it was a truck nut mobile. It's like the Oscar.
Yes, exactly.
The Wienermobile. Oh boy. What do you call it if the Wienermobile is rear-ended by the truck nut mobile?
Do you have an answer?
The full package.
I mean, the odds of it happening are so small, but it's worth it to have a name for it, just in the off chance it happens.
We know it's one day. Yeah, but you love that truck nut mobile. It took up 4 parking spots.
It was really
a hit
huge
at high school.
eyesore. Not sure why we felt the need to put actual like hair on it. That was weird.
Oh.
You're welcome.
I also imagine it's like really dragging on the highway. Yeah.
Because total road burn.
Yeah, it's really descended.
So does this end like The Lord of the Rings? I mean, spoiler alert for books that have been out for a long time and movies that
like
have
50
also been
years
out for
now.
a long time. Does David Ham come in and try and stop her, and they both get knocked into the fire?
David Ham's Gollum now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing multiple roles.
He's playing a lot. Man. He's also the Balrog.
Balrog.
Oh no. Now I feel like we got to think of something for Gollum. But no, I really don't want to think about this. We're above this.
Are we?
No. Balrog was A+ though.
That one was an accident. We fell into that one.
Yeah. Just like that Balrog fell into that toilet. Oh, dipped. It's cold.
Oof, you hate to have that.
Ugh. Yeah, so David Ham shows up. Oh, what does he bite off?
Oh, I mean, she wouldn't be like wearing the nuts, so.
I mean, would she?
No, I don't think she would.
No.
I'm trying to think maybe she has it on a this would be weird too. Like, no matter what we say, this is going to be weird. So like Maybe she has it on a necklace around her neck, and so he like takes a bite out of her neck.
I mean, that's what Frodo had it on for a while.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So I think it was around her neck, so he gets a bite out of her neck, and
yeah.
She
And
sort
then
of
he falls into that foundry lava.
uh
And yeah.
yeah, truck nuts are sort of an intense thing to make. I never really thought about it.
Is her husband
Lava.
there and he's the Samwise, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think he feels some guilt about going out and sort of resurrecting her dad.
Founding this, yeah.
I mean, I hate to say it's his fault, but well,
It's kind of his fault, yeah.
kind of his fault.
All right, so that kind of ends it, I suppose.
So
Except
I
there's
know,
like 70 more chapters, of course.
of course.
We got to go back, and her home is under siege by the wizard they met like 2 books ago.
But he's like, I don't know, a truck nut salesman.
It's David Ham again.
Oh fuck! That
Damn it.
is what David Ham is.
Damn it.
God
God damn it, David Ham.
I hate him. Also, I just want to. I know we're dunking on David Ham a lot, but from what I can tell, that video on his website is part of 2 videos in a playlist, and it looks like it's the same video twice.
Way to be, Dave. Way to be.
Yep, that is.
Yep,
it
it is.
So, Drew, while you're on the site here, just before you sort of jump off, we need to figure out a costume for our villain.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if you could help me pick a set of truck nuts that you like off of yournuts.com.
What is the
villain?
Okay. So that's
now,
what
I am drawn to the one that's 3 down, 2 in from the right.
3 down, 2 in. Just looks like 2 glowing red eyes.
Yeah, because it kind of has that evil look about it. But like, I'm curious what you think.
So for those of you who don't know, now they've instituted LED lit up nuts. Oh, there's another website. There's a few other websites. There's litupnuts.com and yourchromenuts.com.
Why?
Stainlessnuts.net.
Were they linked from?
No, but see how under each one there's a website?
Oh, I see it now.
Camonuts.com, stainlessnuts.com, yourchromenuts,
Bikerballs.com.
Bikers balls, yeah. Keychain nuts. Yeah, that's probably the most evil looking one.
I could imagine that they're like, oh, those nuts haven't lit up in years. How strange. When they first did.
Yeah. So yeah, these are just some red nuts with an LED light bulb in each side.
Yeah.
And it makes it look like
they're on your nuts. That's nuts with a Z.
God, this guy's website traffic is blowing up.
I know.
Oh my God. There's even oh my God. So do you see how there's a graphic for the 2-inch keychains with the woman with the just giant women's anatomy correct boobs?
Okay. I think you can say breasts, Drew.
Yeah. Anatomically correct breasts. But do you see how there's 4 things of propane next to her?
Why are there?
Because they're just fucking appealing to apparently the king of the hill.
Oh, Drew, click on the picture. It takes you to another place that has more videos. A 5-minute video.
No!
Hi, gives me great pleasure to introduce my next friend. Her name is Sparkle.
Oh my God,
Sure, I'm
it's
glad
someone
she could
else.
fit us into her busy schedule today. Sparkle's going to be talking about all of the sparkly things that we have, the chrome nuts and things of that nature.
You know what pisses me off the most about this? Is that this reminds me of like Bob Ross for some reason. Like those videos of like, hey, I want to show you my next friend. It's a squirrel, and I fed him. But no, this is Sparkles.
Oh, Drew. Okay, Drew. I
No.
need you so
No.
badly.
No.
1 second.
You're sending me something?
Timestamp. Sorry, there's just like this section goes on for a while. It's important.
You're sending it to me on Hangouts?
I just got so okay. Just watch this part of the video for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Now, for all you military out there, thanks for everything you're doing, and I salute you. And I know we definitely support our troops. And to show you that, we have our military digital camouflaged ones. And these ones are printed, are pattern printed nuts. And they have their official military digital pattern, which I personally think is extremely cool because I am a very supporter of our troops.
For this section, I'm going to put on the hat. Oh.
Yeah, I just like, also I was skimming through and I don't want to, I don't want to be mean, but every single review of every single Chuck Nut, she's just like, I personally think these are really cool.
I personally think this is great. So
also,
I'm looking at this video now.
Support our troops.
Looking at this now in YouTube, and there's two likes, one comment a year ago that just says, "Interesting."
I mean, they're not wrong.
So yeah, I think those evil glowing eyes ones are perfect for the thing. I think this guy looks like Hank Hill, so that's what his final form is. Comic book cover, I guess. Some Lord of the Rings parody.
We could do that scene where they're in the roots and you can just see the nuts hanging from the top.
Perfect. And she's reaching for the nut around her neck.
Yep, she just wants to make sure it's still there and safe.
Yeah, she's getting corrupted.
She's called to it.
Yeah. And then just finally, what's the name here?
The name. Oh boy. So once again, we're back at the ghost well, which can be part of it, doesn't have to be. Sauron.
So, are we naming the Dark Sauron figure here?
Yes, I believe so.
Dark Lord.
Lord.
What if he's like just called Chuck Nut? Chuck Nuts. His name is Chuck.
And
his last name's
Chuck
Nuts.
Nut.
Chuck Nuts. He's the Dark Lord Chuck Nuts.
The Dark Lord Chuck Nuts. I won't say I don't like it, because I do like it.
But you want to keep playing around?
I want to just play in the space a little bit, and I'm happy to come back to that if we feel like it.
I'm trying to think of like plays off Sauron or the Dark Lord or
Ghost in the Nut Sheen. It's kind of like Ghost in the Machine.
The Overlord or Dominator.
Dominator is pretty funny. I'm thinking. I mean, we're sitting here thinking.
Yeah, it's tough.
And
which one?
Chuck
Nuts.
Chuck Nuts.
The Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord Chuck Nuts.
Also known as the Dominator. Yeah. Yep. That's it.
What if we just combine them? The Dark Lord Chuck Nut.
Yeah. The Dominator.
The Dominator.
Yeah. I like
Dark,
it.
Not the Dark Lord Chuck Nuts, the Dominator. So that way we don't have the in there twice.
Ah.
So it's not the Dark Lord, it's just Dark Lord Chuck Nuts.
All right. I see it.
It's our wordiest name to date, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it for the double wordplay.
It's good. It's good.
Holy shit, we did it.
We did it. Suck it, Tanner.
I really genuinely think Tanner might be mad he missed this episode.
I think he's gonna be. Can't wait.
Help me remember when we write the description after this. I'm just gonna put right away that we talk about nuts a lot in this episode. Just in case people don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I think we say that a lot.
Like a lot.
We
tried to pivot to Tennessee, but it just didn't quite stick.
No.
Well, geez, is that everything?
I think so. So can you do what Tanner do?
I can certainly try. At this point, do we thank Brett Jacobson right away?
Yeah.
Oh wait, so I think doesn't.
Oh, so he says. So this has been
this week. We made Dark Lord Chuck Nuts, the Dominator, who was a ghost who came back from the dead and inhabited a set of Chuck Nuts and was seeking to create a global Nutwork to basically spread Chuck Nuts to the whole world and take
puns were aplenty in this one.
At this time, we also want to thank Brett Jacobson. Brett did the art for our podcast. And Brett actually decorates his... It's actually funny. Brett drives a car that looks like Truck Nuts, and he hangs a little car from the rear. So it's kind of like a fun reversal.
He's got the truck nut mobile. He inherited it.
Yeah, this is actually about Brett. Did we not mention that?
Yeah.
We also want to thank Carl Sorensen. Carl did the music for our podcast and helps with all the post-production of the audio after we edit it. If you're interested in working with Carl on any sort of musical project, whether that be a small film or you want some music made for your podcast or you need some help with some post-processing, reach out to him. He'd love to help. You can reach out to him at carljsorensen.com.
If you have any articles you'd like to see us play with, fun headlines, always good, like this one, send them our way. We have our Twitter at @headline_heroes, our email, headlineheroescast@gmail.com. We have our Facebook group, and of course, our ever so popular subreddit, r-headline heroes. If you're listening to us on Apple or something that allows you to leave a review or rating, it would be great if you could do that for us. 5 stars would be great. Helps us get more visible. Speaking of visibility, it would be great if you could just tell a friend about us, spread the word. And finally, thank you for listening. We hope you'll pick up the next issue of Headline Heroes.